Luca is the most recent film from Disney and Pixar, and it tells the story of Luca, a young sea monster-like creature who spends his days herding these mindless fish for his parents. But Luca isn't like other sea monsters, oh no. No. He's fascinated with the human world, and he wants to see the towns and explore above the surface. He wants to get away from his overprotective helicopter parents. He's an incredibly unique character that Disney has never done before, and I think with this, they're reaching their apex of creativity. I actually forgot Luca's name about 20 minutes in, by the way, so there's that. Visually, Luca is really nice to look at, but that's nothing new. The details and the environments all look great, but Disney and Pixar have routinely displayed their ability to showcase high-quality visuals time after time. So this isn't groundbreaking, but the story they've paired with the visuals is just so incredibly bland and uninteresting. I liked seeing the colorful underwater scenes, but there was so very little to make them stand out. They're nice looking, yes, but they don't really do anything special that causes them to be visually arresting. I've seen nicer looking environments in aquariums, and that's an unfortunate thing to say because everyone knows full well that Pixar can craft some amazing set pieces. Luca is a literal fish out of water story. He's a young, naive sea monster that wants to be where the people are, see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Luca and his friend Alberto go up onto land and become obsessed with owning a Vespa, like their lives will somehow be irreversibly changed for the better after having purchased one, and after a string of events they get swept into this race where they think they can use the prize money to buy one. So the entire film is just about two boys trying to buy a Vespa, and that's pretty much it. Sure, there's themes of being true to oneself and not letting one's differences come in the way of friendship. It's your typical feel-good, overly positive film that Disney has become known for doing, but the story is just incredibly underwhelming, and it doesn't take any risks. There's no real obstacle for the characters to overcome, and therefore the thing feels unworthy of investing any attention into. If the characters had to win the prize money so they could save the sea from being polluted, or to shut down a cannery so that the waters aren't being overfished, then I would say that's a goal to work towards. Luca and Alberto want to buy a Vespa because they think it'll lead to freedom, and if they don't win, then what exactly is lost? There's no consequences for not winning the Vespa. They can go back to their regular lives, they can still disguise themselves as people on land and maybe buy a different Vespa later on. The audience sees multiple over the course of the film, so it's not like it's the holy grail of plot devices. And with the plot in motion, here enters the film's antagonist, a character so utterly obnoxious and uncreative it gives the dragon from Rhea competition for being the most annoying character of the year. Ercole Visconti isn't a bad guy because his parents were murdered by sea monsters, his dog wasn't kicked by small children, he's just an awful character because he's a poorly written character. He thinks he's important and bigger than he actually is because he's won the most races, which I guess to the people of Porto Rosso is a big deal, but as someone who isn't invested, I don't care. I went into the story completely blind, and I thought by the trailers there would be some kind of story about two sea monsters running from townsfolk who despise their kind because maybe the town was besieged by sea monsters in the past, and they're the ones who will be the first to lend an olive branch to broker peace. And while the town does become accepting of sea monsters in the end, nothing really changes dynamic-wise between the two groups, so what's the deal? Disney and Pixar fans will no doubt love it, and I can't say it's a bad film, it's not, but it's just a boring, no-stakes story that doesn't really do anything other than look nice and show off animation abilities of the people that are working for the company, and the whole thing could have just been the form of a short film. Just like The Good Dinosaur, Onward, and Monsters University, I will forget about this entirely in a couple of months. And on a parting note, Disney, please be careful because we can see the numbers under the paint.